streaming to you all the way from Bali, Indonesia. You are watching Hey Rick Live!
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hey Rick Live. My name is Rick. I'm very excited to have you here today. I am probably most excited by this episode because this episode is all about Java. In fact, only one place in Java and probably my favorite place in Java. But before we get to that, let me tell you a little bit about Java because Java is an amazing island here in Indonesia. And there is it is one of 17,000 islands, but it is the main island. It is home to Jakarta, which is the capital city of Indonesia, and it sits very close to Bali. In fact, if you go along the west coast of Bali, you can actually see Java right there. And there is a ferry that goes from Gilimanuk, which is the furthest western point of Bali, across to Banyuwangi. In fact, if you're interested, there is a great train journey that goes from Banyuwangi in the east all the way across Java to Jakarta in the west. And I've done it a few times, and I'm going to tell you more about that a little bit later. However, today, Java. Here's a fun fact about Java for you. If you are from Australia, you would know of Tasmania, that little part down the bottom of Australia. Java is 2 times the size of Tasmania, but holds 250 times more people. There is more than 155 million people living on the island of Java, compared to Tasmania, where there's only 570,000 people. Isn't that just crazy to think about? 2 times the size of Tasmania, 250 times the size of the population. It's mental, absolutely mental. But anyway, today's episode is all about Surabaya, and it is one of my favorite places in Indonesia. Surabaya, in my opinion, is like the Singapore of Indonesia. And I'll tell you why a little bit later. So, I think we should get into it. What do you think we should get into it? Enough talking from me. Absolutely. We went to Surabaya earlier in the year, late last year, October last year. We went for my birthday, October 9th. Put that in your diary so you can send me a little message on my birthday this year. We went over there for one thing and one thing only, and that, my friends, is called Karapan Sapi. Now, Karapan Sapi is very similar to the cow racing, the Jembrana Cup that we saw a couple of weeks ago here in Bali, but this is a little different. This, my friends, is our cultural story of the week. Madura is a tough place. Dry, dusty, hot, but alive. And every so often, across these fields and low rolling hills, you will hear the sound of a saronan drifting through the air. That sound means only one thing: Karapan Sapi. We're here in Madura today. I am so excited because I've come all the way from Bali for this special event. The event is called Karapan Sapi. It happens one time every year. There are 24 competitors with their cows. They race over 130 metres, all of them to claim the President's Cup. I am so happy to be here, and I'm happy I get to share it with you.
Dari Sumeneb ada, dari Kabupaten Sampang, karena Madura memiliki 4.
Jadi jumlah berapa?
Pesertanya pasti banyak ya, dan setiap tahunnya pasti ada yang ikut dan ikut lagi. Dan ini tradisi ini sudah lama dan sudah dari turun-temurun bagi warga kampung Madura sebagai Madura Pride. Jadi ini sebenarnya untuk merayakan hasil. Ya, saya mulai dengan sejarah dulu. Sejarah kerapan sapi itu berawal dari kondisi tanah Madura yang subur, sehingga masyarakatnya mengembangkan beternak sapi. Nah, untuk membajak sawah dan untuk mengerjakan pekerjaan pertanian yang lain gitu. Nah, seorang ulama di Sumeneb pada saat itu yang bernama Syekh Ahmad Baidowi atau yang dikenal dengan Pangeran Katandur, dianggap sebagai pencetus tradisi kerapan sapi ini dan dianggap sebagai pencetusnya dengan memperkenalkan cara membajak sawah menggunakan sepasang sapi.
Karapan sapi is the Madura's bull races, a tradition that's been passed down for generations. For the community leaders here, Karapan sapi isn't just a sport, it's heritage, it's identity. It's about teamwork, courage, and the kind of perseverance you only learn when life has never been easy. But like every old tradition, it has its challenges. Modern life moves so fast. Younger people see the world differently. And the question now is simple. How do you keep something ancient alive in a world that's changing so quickly? Before the racing actually begins, all of the cows, all the participants have to do a parade up and down the track. This gives them a chance to check out the condition of the track, but also show off how good their participants look, how amazing the band sounds, and how healthy the cows are. Because once it gets started, people want to win money on this. The first things you notice is just the chaos. Here it's just a chaotic environment of just sound and people, smells, colours. You probably can hear all the different musical instruments that are being played. We've got over on one side a group. It's like each team has their own mini celebration for their cows or their race goers. Preparing a pair of racing bulls isn't something you rush. It takes months, years even. Feeding, training, massaging the muscles, building strength, building speed, and honestly, a whole lot of love. These bulls, they aren't just animals, they're athletes. Every trainer here has one goal in mind, to build the fastest team on the island.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Samsul, saya dari Bangkalan, Madura. Saya mempunyai sapi satu pasang. Sapi-sapi makannya rumput hijau sama jamu yang penting. Jamunya itu berupa telur, jahe, madu. Itu satu sapi itu bisa ngabisin 25 butir telur.
Dan gimana sapinya belajar dari mana untuk lari secepat itu?
Itu dilatih, di setiap minggu harus dilatih. Melihat kecepatan sapinya bisa berkembang pesat atau tidak. Kalau urusan kecepatan sapi itu kita bisa dilihat pas latihan. Kita latihan setiap bulan satu kali. Kita lihat mana yang potensi untuk bisa ikut kejuaraan presidenan ini dan mana aja sapi yang pantas untuk kita rawat selanjutnya.
Apa Pak mau bilang sesuatu kepada penduduk Madura?
Terima kasih antusias untuk para warga Madura yang selalu setia mengembangkan budaya Madura bisa masuk ke mancanegara. Ya, seperti itu.
And then race day hits. The whole village transforms. Kids are running along the edges of the track. Parents wave flags and shout support. And that Saronan? Well, that soundtrack pushes the energy higher and higher. Everyone's here, not just to cheer, but to keep a fire burning. A fire that's been burning for centuries. At the finish line of the race is this big group of people, and they crowd around the finishing point. You've got to be so careful because the cows and bulls race in here, and they will come through and they will whip you to make sure you're out of the way. And we've got some coming through right now. The security are using whips to keep the crowd back from the finishing point of the race. It is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like it. Berapa kali per tahun ini dilakukan?
Tergantung dengan acaranya. Kalau karesidenan 1 kali setahun. Kalau karesidenan seperti sekarang itu 1 tahun. Lalu misalnya ada piala bupati, berarti yang diselenggarakan di kabupaten itu saja.
Menurut saya ini adalah pesta yang sangat besar untuk daerah Madura ini, ya kan? Terus kalau peserta menang, mereka dapat apa?
Ada mobil, ada sepeda motor juga, dan ada kategori menang dan kalah. Jadi yang kalah pun nanti ada kategorinya sendiri, ada hadiahnya sendiri.
Kenapa yang kalah dapat hadiah?
Karena sudah sistemnya. We have the orange system of the Karapan Sapi or the bull race competition, the winner and the loser.
And is Karapan Sapi only from Madura or in other areas of Indonesia?
No, Karapan Sapi is the origin of Karapan Sapi is only in Madura. Only in Madura.
What you got to understand is the sport of horse racing is like the sport of kings, but the sport of cow racing is probably like the sport of farmers. But it's not just any type of sport. This is quite an expensive sport to be a part of. A single racing cow can cost upwards of $90,000. In fact, there's one racing today that is worth $90,000, and most start at about $50,000 US. That is crazy. The event is just about to start here in Madura. You can feel the excitement is starting to rise with everyone. I thought, what better way to discover what this actually means to the people of Madura than interviewing some of the locals. So come with me as we go and interview some of the locals and understand what exactly this means to those that grew up with this amazing race.
Saya Fauzan Marifin dari Jogja, dari grup Jogja Phantom Reader. 17 orang, salah satunya Lady Biker. Khusus ke Madura ini mau lihat pria presiden Karapan Sapi yang pertama kali. Kita semuanya baru pertama kali lihat Karapan Sapi. Ini kaos kita bikin khusus dalam rangka Karapan Sapi. Sehat, sukses, hebat Madura.
Probably think the Melbourne Cup is the most exciting race in the world. You haven't been to Madura for Karapan Sapi, let me tell you that. For the Madurese, Karapan Sapi isn't simply about winning a race. It's about honour, hard work and pride. Every pair of bulls, they represent a family, a village and a legacy.
Untuk orang asing, karena ini budaya Madura, jadi ini menyeluruh. Ini adat Madura. Jadi wajib kalau misalnya datang ke Madura, wajib dihormati, wajib dihargai dan diikuti aturannya.
Apa ada yang akan menang yang Ibu sudah kenal? Mungkin saya bisa tahu.
Oh, yang di sini yang terkenal Haji Thohir di sini.
Dia juara.
Iya, juara dan jagoannya dan tuan rumah.
This nation has so much culture and so much to be excited about. You can go to a different island and just see something new every single time you go. This is why I love Indonesia. I love it so much. That was a dream come true for me. In fact, not only that, we got to eat satay Madura in Madura. Now, Madura is just an island just north of Surabaya, and it was once a Dutch trading port as well during the Dutch colonial days. But eating satay Madura in Madura was kind of like drinking champagne in Champagne. It's just one of those things. It's fantastic. I love it. But I loved being able to go over and watch the Karapan Sapi Cup. It happens every October, November. Probably go again this year. If you're interested, let me know. I might put a little group together and we can go across and explore it together, because it is one of those one-in-a-lifetime opportunities to see that culture really explode and be celebrated. It's fantastic. However, when we were over there, we stayed at a small little hotel. And I thought when we were there, why don't we film the hotel so people can see what's available and give you a good idea, because there is actually quite a wide range of accommodation options over there. But this is where we stayed. This, our friends, is our hotel of the week. Hello everyone, welcome to the Ibis Hotel here in Surabaya. I've just spent the last 3 nights here while on location shooting for the Karapan Sapi event over in Madura, and I want to show you around this hotel. This hotel is perfect if you just need a quick stop here in Surabaya, or if you're looking for some sort of business traveling experience. So let's go and meet the team and get shown around. Trust me, you want to add this to your list.
Halo Rick,
Hi, how are you?
selamat datang di Surabaya Zoo Center.
Thank you.
Saya Ken, let me show you around.
Let's go.
Okay. Kami memiliki 224 kamar, dan semuanya ini kami di satu tipe yang sama, standard room. Yang membedakan adalah kami mempunyai kamar yang terdiri dari king bed dan twin bed, seperti itu. Dan kami juga memiliki fasilitas kamar smoking dan no smoking. Jadi kami memiliki 3 lantai untuk yang smoking room, di lantai 7, 8, 9. Lalu untuk lantai 1 sampai 6 itu no smoking room, seperti itu.
Jadi kalau ada tamu yang tidak mau smoking, mereka membuat request itu gimana? Lewat mana?
Jadi mereka bisa melakukan request melalui telepon atau by WhatsApp sebelum mereka check-in. Lalu kami akan menyiapkan kamar mereka sebelum mereka datang, seperti itu. Atau jika mereka pesan melalui online travel agent, mereka bisa input request mereka di kolom bagian request atau permintaan. Nanti akan kami sediakan kamarnya.
Bagus.
Seperti itu.
Bagus, bagus. Jadi ada fasilitas apa atau ada apa di dalam kamarnya?
Oke, jadi kalau untuk di dalam kamar ini kami menyediakan beberapa fasilitas, terutama seperti kopi teh gula, lalu juga kami menyediakan mineral water. Namun kalau untuk mineral water, kami sediakan menggunakan dispenser di luar kamar karena kami sudah tidak menggunakan botol plastik. Lalu untuk kopi teh gulanya juga by request, jadi bisa ditelepon aja ke reception kapanpun, bisa kami antar langsung. Lalu untuk di dalam kamar mandi, perlengkapan seperti towel, bed mat, lalu untuk soap dan segala macam, itu semuanya sudah kami sediakan, seperti itu. Lalu untuk fasilitas di hotel, kami juga memiliki spa atau massage. Kami buka sampai jam 3 pagi, last order.
Wah,
Sampai jam 3 pagi, ya. Jadi itu bisa di-order, nanti bisa di kamar sendiri maupun di kamar spa kami. Jadi kami memiliki ruangan sendiri untuk spa di lantai 1, seperti itu.
jadi karena ini hotel ini untuk orang bisnis ya kan,
Betul.
business traveler,
Betul.
ada fasilitas untuk mereka.
Ya, kami di sini mempunyai 2 meeting room. Jadi kami beri nama meeting room Grand Bromo dan Grand Semeru. Untuk yang paling besar kami ada di Grand Bromo ini, di ruangan ini. Itu kalau untuk full Grand Bromo kami bisa sampai maksimal 100 orang. Tapi untuk event yang lebih kecil, kami juga bisa membagi 2 untuk Bromo ini. Jadi Bromo 1, Bromo 2 dengan maksimal kapasitas 50 orang.
Jadi kalau perlu breakout room seperti itu, bisa membawa
Bisa,
breakout room.
bisa. Lalu untuk di Semeru, Grand Semeru kami cukup untuk kurang lebih 40-50 orang maksimal. Lalu juga bisa di breakout lagi 20-20 seperti itu. Jadi di sini kami punya aplikasi GrabFood.
Oke.
Jadi orang bisa pesan makanan dari kami dari rumah.
Dari rumah.
Oke,
ke sini.
pesan dari sini. Jadi nanti ada yang ngambil. Seperti itu.
There we have it. If you are looking for a quick stay here in Surabaya, do not go past the Ibis Hotel. I've stayed here a couple of times now. You've seen the facilities, you've seen what it's like. Highly recommend it. Not only that, the location to the city centre and the major malls, it's second to none. It's fantastic. So, enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Surabaya really offers something for everyone, and it really comes alive at night time. In fact, it is the night time when it's the best time to explore because the lights of the city really come alive. And it's not as hot, and you can explore the city on foot, and there's not as many people around driving. So what we did is we went out for a walk around Surabaya and we discovered a few interesting things. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to show you. Check this out.
Welcome to the Submarine Monument. The submarine made in Russia, 1952. Submarine used Indonesia, 1962 until 1989. And the first submarine in Indonesia. At the Surabaya, based Indonesian Navy military. Submarine have 7 rooms. This is the first room, the torpedo room. Way to see 4 torpedo launcher, and this one the torpedo.
This is a real torpedo.
Yeah, this is the real one torpedo.
My God, it's huge.
Yeah, along 7 meters
7 meters.
and very heavy, 1.9 tons.
Wow.
Use chain because very heavy.
Oh my Lord. So this is one of the original torpedoes from this. How many torpedoes would be on this
Submarine
submarine?
can carry 12 torpedo, 4 ready in the tube, 6 back up in here, and 2 torpedo behind.
Wow. How many men would be working in this room?
It's many people, 63 people.
In this room,
Yes.
63.
Yes,
So this
one house.
whole, for the whole one.
Yeah.
Wow. This is amazing. Can we
Yes.
go there?
Yeah. Can explore. Okay, second room, living room crew. This is the bed for officer.
Officer beds.
Yeah. And then all picture commander. This is the first commander. Second commander and the last commander.
So this is your first commander,
Yeah.
and then the last commander there,
Yes.
up until 1989.
1962 and until 1989.
1989. Wow. So when was the submarine put here?
A submarine cut 60 pieces and
Okay.
assemble again.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right.
because it's heavy, it's very big.
Ya, itu tahun berapa datang di sini?
1996, 1998 dibuka untuk umum. 2 tahun untuk perakitan.
Dan kenapa taruh di sini?
Ya,
Apa istimewa tentang Surabaya?
Surabaya base Indonesian Navy military is the big one.
The big one. So it's,
Yeah.
it's the large military base here in Indonesia.
Yeah, and Indonesian Navy.
Wow. So this area here, this was for the officers to
Yes.
sleep in. Where would the crew sleep?
And the next room, the submarine has 7 rooms. It's
The next one
big
along.
one, yeah.
Okay, let's check that out. This was the first commander of the submarine back in 1962. He was here till 1962, 1965. So he was here for 3 years, commanded this submarine. This, my friends, is his bed. It's tiny. It's tiny. There's not much room in here to do anything. It's very hot too. I couldn't imagine there being air conditioning at that kind of depth, although I know nothing about submarines. I'm probably proving myself to be an idiot here. But let's keep exploring. So we're coming through to the next room. I don't think I could be in the Navy. Oh my god, how do you get through this? I've seen on movies they just jump through it. I probably did that the wrong way. But you wouldn't want to be very big, let me tell you that. I'm kind of an average size. If I stand up, I'm hitting my head on things. Now, Indonesians tend to be on the short side anyway. However, just moving around in this space is quite difficult. And we're told there was about 63 crew who manned this boat at all times.
Jadi di sini ruang navigasi. Navigation room for the navigation submarine. And this periscope.
This is the periscope.
Yeah.
Does it still work?
No.
No. So you can't, there's nothing working there, you
Yeah.
can't see. So this would be the captain. Would the captain be here?
Yes.
So right now I'm like the captain,
Captain.
like looking up and down. And this would move down,
Yeah, can move.
up and down. It's just so cramped.
Yeah.
7 days you would be undersea
Yeah.
with 63 men.
63 crew, yeah.
63 crew.
And can go down to the water 250 meters.
2,500
Yeah.
meters. Wow. Could not imagine doing that in 1960s. Like, I'm sweating. I am so hot. Wow. And then we keep going. So I'm going to go through this one a little bit differently. So feet first for this one, but I'm a bit uncertain on that. So that was much easier. We've come through to the 4th room. There's no one in here, but there is an air conditioning. And let me tell you, you need it because it is bloody hot in here. How long? Berapa panjang kapal ini?
76 meter.
76 meters long, 63 staff or crew,
Yeah.
down for 7 days, and
250 meter.
250 meters below, not 2,500.
Okay. 250 meters.
250 meters below sea
Yes,
level.
sea
Wow.
level.
Was this a nuclear submarine?
No.
No. I know nothing about submarines. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about submarines.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to be on one. That's what I know. Tiny room.
Yeah.
This was the kitchen. The chef would have to be in here cooking for 63 crew.
But no cooking. It stand for ready to eat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it stand for military.
Military food.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. I really can't. You don't think about it. And then the engine room. This is the engine room. Tell me about the engine.
Yeah, this is the engine, diesel engine. Actually, two diesel.
So one here and they remove
Yeah,
one.
to move because space very small.
So you would have only had this
Yeah.
this path here to
Yes.
walk between. And if you were the mechanic,
Yes.
if you tukang mesin, kamu harus perbaiki.
Ya, dan di sini sangat panas.
Iya, sangat panas. Dan suaranya keras
Ya,
juga kan?
sangat.
It's like really, really loud. You can just imagine. You know, I've seen the movie U571. Aku sudah nonton film itu U571. Kamu tahu itu?
Ya, dan
Iya.
ada lagi kalau mau ngomong movie,
Iya.
100 Killer.
Saya tidak tahu itu.
Ah,
Bagus?
terus ya,
Oke.
100 Killer.
Saya ingat dari film itu, ruang mesin itu sangat keras suaranya dan mereka panas, tidak pakai pakaian itu ya.
Betul.
Selalu ada masalah.
Ya.
Mereka pintar sekali. Wow, I'm just amazed by this. Why are all the doors different? Kenapa pintu-pintunya beda?
Karena ada ruangan
Aha.
yang memang sangat begitu penting jika terjadi kebocoran,
Oh gitu.
jadi bisa emergency. Karena di sini ada emergency exit di belakang.
Aha. Jadi yang ini tidak bisa ditutup, tapi yang ini bisa tutup.
Semua bisa ditutup. Tapi kalau ada kebocoran di sana orang atau manusianya bisa evakuasi.
Oh gitu.
Karena ada lapisan untuk menahan air supaya tidak masuk.
Ah. Menarik ya. So this room,
Jadi
ruang
di
ini.
sini ruangan untuk motor listrik, di electric motor.
Okay. So this would control the
Di
electricity
electric, iya.
for the whole ship, for the whole boat. So how many people? Berapa karyawan kerja di sini?
63 orang.
Nah bukan di
Di-
ruang ini.
Untuk di ruangan ini 7 orang.
7 orang yang ruang mesin.
Tapi tidak semua di sini. Jadi 7 orang itu rolling shift. Ya, di sini 3 atau 4 nanti bergantian.
Krunya tidur di mana?
Kru tidur di sana. Tadi
sana?
yang ruangan yang dingin
Oh, wow. Okay.
dekat dengan dapur.
Dan shiftnya 12 jam.
Tidak, shiftnya 4 jam sekali akan berganti.
Ganti. Wow. Sangat menarik.
Ini torpedo uritan.
Ini yang asli.
Ini yang asli. Ini sudah ready di dalam tabung. Siap untuk diluncurkan.
Wow. Surabaya is a city that is full of surprises. You just need to come and explore, and the best way to explore any city in Indonesia is to walk it. The best time to do that is at night because it is bloody hot during the day. Tonight we've discovered a food expo, we've discovered 100 different malls, we've discovered this ship, the fact that it was open. We also discovered the Alun Alun Museum and Art Gallery, the Balai Pemuda. And this city truly has a place in my heart. I love Surabaya so much. How cool was that? To see that submarine just sitting there is... I am an absolute sucker when it comes to history, and especially Indonesian history. I don't know why, I just feel like it's so modern and there for us to see still, especially when you go across to Java and to different islands, you really see that history come alive, and it's so different to what you get here in Bali. In fact, that night we went when we were walking around and we came across this local celebration, or shall we call it like a fair? Yeah, like a fair. And you know what? Check this out. Surabaya is one of those cities that you come to and you're almost transported to somewhere else. I, in my opinion, think this place is like the Singapore of Indonesia. It is clean, it is friendly, it is very cheap, which is different from Singapore. It's very modern. It feels amazing. I feel like I'm at home here. Behind me, you can see a fair. Now, this city celebrates so much, and we're going to go in here and check this out. Pretty excited. We only stumbled across it. I've got no idea what it's about, but everybody's walking out of here with these big bags of, I don't know, it could be noodles, it could be biscuits, I don't know what it is, like a show bag. So we're gonna go in there, we'll get some tickets, and we're gonna explore and see what it's all about. It is officially crazy. I don't know what I'm in. I don't know where I am. I've got all these vouchers. It's like movie world. It's just a sea of heads. We've got some viral nugget. So I'm not quite sure what this is, to be honest with you. We've got these vouchers. What is it, Finna? What is it?
So it's more like a bazaar, and it's like only here until this week. Jadi kayak perayaan, apa sih perayaan?
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a celebration of food. I think it's like a snack celebration. Everything is just snacks. And it's so bloody hot.
Ada yang di indoor.
Are you sure you want to go in here? Once you go in, you can't get out.
Aku yang pendek ini.
We've reached the middle and it is absolute chaos. Sensory overload. Got people, got show bags, got noise. There's so much bloody happening. I don't know what to do. It is so... It's so overwhelming. It's hot, it's sweaty, it's noisy, it's crowded. It's sensory overload. Check out these oysters. Hello. found a little spot. We've ordered some chicken nuggets. These are the most viral nuggets in Indonesia at the moment. So I'm going to give it a go. 15,000. They're okay. I don't know why they're viral. Anyway, let's keep going. In Australia, we have shows in all the country towns and all the major cities. Here in Indonesia, have the same things, but it's all got to do with snacks. Now, when you take your kids to the show, say in Melbourne, it's going to cost you $1 million, right? Show bags are $50. I don't know how much they are. Here, the show bags are $3, and this is the type of show bags you get. All these snacks. Look at them all. Apa ini? Ini jajan. Berapa harganya ini? 10.000 satu tas? Atau satu kelompok? Satu. Ini untuk siapa? Kamu sendiri? In this avalanche of people, and it's not moving anywhere. I've been stuck here for about 10 minutes. Well, I'm moving now just a little bit.
Yang sabar Mas Milik.
We're stuck trying to get out of this damn food expo. Been stuck here for about 10 minutes, slowly moving forward. Got people waiting out the front. This is just chaos. I hate to be claustrophobic. We've got people coming into this chaos, people trying to get out. We've got people pushing me from behind, people pushing me from the front. I've never been in an avalanche of people before. Hi. God. Oh, here we go. We've got some movement here. We're nearly at the front. God, you can't breathe. I have no idea why we went into that, and I'm going to blame dinner. We're never going to get that time back. You know what I've discovered of being here at this food festival? I'm not a food blogger. I'm not going to go somewhere and try all the bits and pieces that are really, really weird. I'll tell you why. So I probably will shit myself. I have a really sensitive stomach. I have no intention of trying all the crazy bits of food that you can find because I don't know where the toilet is. So if you come here for food blogging, you're in the wrong spot. I'll give you history, I'll give you culture. I'm not going to give you food. I'll show you food. Damned if I eat it though. Welcome back to the show. You know, because I like sharing lots of history, I thought I would share with you a book that I've come across on my travels here in Indonesia. It is called A Brief History of Indonesia, and you can find this book at Periplus or lots of other bookshops. Probably Periplus is very popular. In fact, there's one right next door to Bintang Supermarket, and there's one at the airport. So if you're interested in Indonesian history, everything from the very beginning to modern history, it's all in this book, and it's only one of the many books. In fact, I might start sharing with you some of the books that I read over the course of this show, because it really is very, very interesting. But, so that's a little tip for you. Surabaya, where are we? It is so much fun. In fact, do you know what we did when we went there? We went and checked out the local Surabaya Zoo. And the reason why we did this was because it has quite an interesting history to it as well. And it's quite controversial, to be honest with you. And it has got a past that a lot of people didn't really like. However, it has changed, and it is an amazing place to go and check out. So I thought we would include this as our activity of the week. So friends, this is our activity of the week. Check this out! Welcome to Surabaya Zoo. Today I'm at the Surabaya Zoo, or what's affectionately known as KBS to the locals of Surabaya. Quick little history lesson on this particular zoo, because it does have a very storied past that some people may find a bit confronting. So quick little recap. Established back in 1916 by a Dutch colonialist, it was a journalist, if I remember correctly, who was an animal collector and a very big gardener, and he petitioned the local administration here in Surabaya to create a park, I guess, for conserving plantations, and also as a space for development for animals and breeding of animals. Now, fast forward, it took about 2 years to develop and find the right place. It opened to the public in 1918. In around 1922, the zoo itself went through a really tough time and nearly went bankrupt, and there was a lot of problems around maintaining the zoo, feeding the animals, and people affording to actually be able to come here. Luckily, it was saved by the local council, and then it sort of just kept developing and developing. It has moved a couple of locations throughout its history, and its current location here in the city of Surabaya was established back in the 1980s, I believe. I could be wrong. Furthermore, in the 2010s, this zoo was known as the Zoo of Death. This is because of a few animals that did die under mysterious circumstances. However, after an audit, a very intensive audit by international organisations, a revitalisation project started to happen, and new policies and procedures were implemented to help remove that moniker of the Zoo of Death and turn it into an animal sanctuary where animals are celebrated, supported, and kept in a safe environment. Fast forward today, it is a location of great magnitude. You have some of the most amazing animals here on site. Now, this just isn't some ordinary zoo. You've got to think it's almost every animal under the sun is here. Right in front of me now are two miraculous giraffes in their little enclosure that are being fed by the locals. Let's have a quick look. So you have some amazing animals throughout the whole zoo. You think of Indonesia, you might think of it's not a great zoo, but trust me, I have a tour company that goes to a zoo in Melbourne. That's the Werribee Zoo. That's a fantastic zoo. This zoo is almost on par with the quality of the animals. We have giraffes, we have lions, we have tigers, We have elephants, we have orangutans, we have all types of monkeys, so many different types of bird life. We have all the reptiles, every animal you could possibly want to see exists and are living healthily and happily, I assume, here at KBS. The best thing, it is so affordable to get in. A full ticket for an adult is $6.50. Now that ticket includes shows, exhibits, attractions, the whole shebang. If you just want to come in, it's only $2. You got to add this to the list. But enough about me, let's go and explore the zoo. I'm excited, now that I've seen the giraffes, to see what else is in this amazing place. For only $10, you can get a basket of food and go and feed the giraffe. That's exactly what I'm going to do right now. This is Bella, one of the beautiful giraffes here at KBS in Surabaya, where you can come and actually feed come and feed the giraffes. Only cost you $10, and you can have a whole group of people here feeding them bananas, carrots, and beans. Let's give us some more. The zoo today in 2025 is roughly 37 acres in size, smack bang in the middle of Surabaya. Within the zoo, there are more than 4,000 animals. Now, it's a lot of animals spread across a small space, I understand that. But these animals include, or the tally of animals include, all of the small reptiles and the small animals that don't need a lot of space. So the larger animals tend to be in bigger enclosures. And I think I've just seen a baboon looking at me. In 2023, the zoo itself introduced a nighttime experience to help educate more people about the animals' needs during the night. There are a lot of nocturnal animals in this particular zoo, but since 2018, they've had a whole range of education programs that have been implemented to help educate school children, visitors, adults, teenagers, everybody about the needs of the animals around Indonesia. The zoo also has this great boat that takes you all around the water enclosures, and you can see all of these animals in their semi-native environments that are far away. Since 2018, the local government has developed and implemented a range of programs to help the endangered and protected species here in Indonesia. These programs included in developing education programs for the orangutans, the Sumatran tigers, and the Komodo dragons. Check this out! That's a fucking Komodo dragon! There's heaps of them. That, my friends, is a dinosaur. I don't know what to say. Oh. I had a plan of going to Komodo, right? But there's a lot of controversy around going to Komodo, over tourism, overpopulation, annoying them in their natural habitat. There's a lot of rubbish there now, there's a lot of issues with it. So I'd been weighing up not to go. Now that I've seen them, I don't know if I have to go. I think I would rather see a few here than go to the Komodo Islands. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. don't know what to say here. I'm looking at two enclosures of the Komodo dragons. I'm standing right on the edge of both. I've got one who's sleeping under a tree, who's looking at me. Another two in this enclosure are fighting. They are so scary. You can see the power in their muscles and in their back. And these guys run so fast. This one is looking at me so menacingly. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Or I'll give you a shot on the other camera. He is just staring at me. Or he could be asleep, I don't know. But they sound like snakes. Imagine that racing after you. I follow this influencer, travel influencer who I met, lovely lady called Steph. Steph My Life, I believe her handle is on Instagram. Shout out to Steph. She went to Komodo Island with her partner and she then posted a video afterwards and she said, if I can convince you to not go to a place, don't go to Komodo. And she showed what Komodo was really like. It was full of rubbish. It was full of tourists who were very close to the Komodo dragons. And it got me thinking, I was quite perplexed about should I go or should I not. Now that I've seen them here, I'm thinking I won't go because one, I've seen them. Two, after seeing how Steph presented what it's really like there and not this Instagram beautiful location where you have to go to, but she showed the problems that are being faced, the challenges that they're dealing with. I would prefer just to see this here. Now I understand we're in a zoo, I get the problems with it, but I prefer to see them here and let them live in their own space. I don't know, what do you think? But that's a dinosaur. There's one animal I bet you didn't realise came from Indonesia. That, my friends, is the honey bear. And we have one right here. The zoo itself has come a very long way since its inception back in 1916 and across its journey of controversy over the years. Right now in 2025, the zoo is almost like a living classroom. It's set on 37 acres of land in the middle of Surabaya. There are more than 3,000 animals here across 200 species, and it is a place where locals come to learn and get educated about endangered species and living with wildlife again. So you have to remember there is a lot of the population in Indonesia that live in close proximity to some of these animals in the different regional areas of Indonesia, especially in some of the regional islands. So having that place where people can learn and they understand conservation and they get a bit of an education on how to live at peace or live in harmony with these animals in the wild is a really good thing. Look, I'll be honest, walking around the zoo, and I get this all the time whenever I go to zoos, I always end up conflicted. One, I love the educational programs, the protection programs, the development of species, the protection of species, but when you see orangutans or you see gorillas and you see in their enclosures, their pens, their cells, you can't help but just think that's just jail. Surabaya, you have been absolutely remarkable. Thank you so much for allowing us to come over and film. Now, if you are thinking of exploring Java, if you want to go to a city like Surabaya, I mean, you could do it in 2 days, really. So if you come to Bali for 2 weeks, spare 2 days and head across there. The flights are cheap. It's like $80 each way to get across there. Accommodation is remarkably inexpensive. But not only that, the shopping is phenomenal. There are more than 15 mega malls in Surabaya. Now, when I say mega malls, I mean like 12 levels high, 6 blocks big. They are humongous and they have so much cool stuff in them. It really is cool. But Hey Rick Live is all about Bali, so do not stress. I have not forgotten about Bali this week, and I have not forgotten about news in Bali. So this, my friends, while I've been away in Surabaya, is what's happened in Bali this week. Bali has been named the world's top travel destination for 2026. That's right. TripAdvisor's Traveller's Choice Awards, Best of the Best Destinations, has been given to Bali, and Bali has beaten world top spots like London, Dubai, Paris, Rome, and even Hanoi. TripAdvisor described the Indonesian island as a living postcard, celebrated for its breathtaking tropical beaches, rich cultural heritage, lush landscapes, and diverse travel experiences. Now we know, and I'm a big advocate, that Bali or Indonesia is more than just Bali, but it's great that Bali has been nominated for such a great award. The award highlights Bali's enduring appeal among international visitors and underscores its reputation as a major magnet for global tourism. Millions of travellers praise the island's unique blend of nature, tradition, and hospitality, from serene rice terraces to volcanic landscapes. So congratulations to Bali for that. 300-year-old sacred banyan tree has fallen in Ubud. A centuries-old banyan tree has collapsed in Ubud, causing damage to several buildings and vehicles in the area. The massive tree, estimated to be around 300 years old, fell on Sunday afternoon at approximately 4 o'clock local time near Puri Kantor Ubud in Gianyar, Bali. According to local authorities, strong winds, unstable weather conditions are believed to have caused the tree to collapse. Due to its age, parts of the trunk were reportedly fragile and weakened. The falling tree damaged nearby structures, including walls, shops, several parked vehicles. Electricity in the surrounding area was temporarily disrupted and traffic was briefly closed while emergency crews cleared the debris. Fortunately, no injuries or fatalities have been reported. Authorities are continuing clean-up efforts and assessing further safety measures to prevent similar incidents in the future. The chef, David Vulpes, who had been working in an Italian restaurant in Manly on Sydney's northern beaches, was travelling in Bali with friends when the fatal crash occurred. According to multiple reports, Vulpes, originally from Italy, had been living and building his culinary career in Australia for over a year. Local authorities in Bali responded to the scene and confirmed that the crash was sudden and devastating. Friends and colleagues described Vulpes as a passionate and dedicated chef, remembered for his skills and enthusiasm both in the kitchen and in life. His final social media post showed him preparing food with the caption, "Chef Life." Our condolences to his family and friends. Well, it's come to that time of the night, the most important time of the show. This, my friends, is Bali weather for next week. I have to be honest, last week's weather was a little inconsistent because there was a bit more rain than expected. However, this is not my problem or my fault. This is the fault of the gods. It's not me, and we are in wet season. So, are we ready? Bali weather this week. If you're coming to Bali tomorrow, being Monday, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be clear. If you're staying in Canggu, there might be a little bit of rain up there, but we're looking at a top of 29 degrees. Tuesday, it should clear up in Canggu, but a little bit wet in the Seminyak area, 29 degrees as well. Wednesday, we're looking 28, should be clear all across Bali there because that rain has come through. Thursday, will probably heat up again, 31 degrees we're thinking, so make sure you have your sunscreen for Thursday. Friday, we're going to be looking at about 28 degrees, so around that 28, maybe a drizzle in the afternoon. Saturday, morning rain. So if you want to go for a walk Saturday morning, maybe just take an umbrella or a raincoat. But we're looking at about 27 degrees, but it will reach about 31 in the afternoon. And Sunday, when you're going home, ready to watch Hey Rick live again, it's going to be a great 28 degrees, lots of sun, no clouds, no rain. It'll be the best weather ever. Did anyone notice that my t-shirt was inside out? We only just noticed. So we've just filmed all these pieces to camera that we film every week with my t-shirt inside out. Please comment below if you noticed it, because we've been laughing about it for the last 5 minutes before we start recording again. But we have changed the t-shirt back to normal and everything is operating again as per normal. So let's go to it. Question of the week. Now, this question came to me via WhatsApp just recently, and I thought it's a very important question because it's kind of like a safety question, and I do get this question a lot. This question comes from Gavin, and Gavin says, "Hey Rick, how are you, mate? My wife and I are coming to Bali for the first time. We've been watching your videos, and thank you very much for that." Thank you, Gavin, and his beautiful wife for watching the videos. The question: the wife and I are concerned about going on the ferries over to Nusa Lembongan. We're especially worried about the safety. Can you reassure us that everything will be okay? Do we need to take any precautions going over to the island? Now, I assume, Gavin, this is because you saw on social media a lot of problems with ferries capsizing and sinking in the really rough waters that surround Bali. Now, just so you know, they don't go out in the rough waters on purpose. Safety is paramount here in Indonesia, and the boats and the companies that run these businesses, safety is a very, very, very high priority for all of them. Because you've got to remember, this is their business. They're not going to go out and endanger people's lives on purpose. So if you're worried about the rough seas that surround Bali, and you're going somewhere like Nusa Lembongan or the Gillies or across to Lombok by a boat, if the seas are rough, they're not going to go out. It's as simple as that. And that happened to me. We were in Nusa Lembongan waiting to come back to Bali after a weekend over there snorkeling, and the seas were too rough, so they made us wait, and we had to find another night's accommodation, which was totally fine because I get really bad seasickness. So I hope that answers your question, Gavin. They're not going to go out if the seas are rough, so you'll be fine. And they will let you know when you make your booking. Give all your details across, and they'll let you know via WhatsApp if the boat is actually being cancelled due to rough conditions. So I hope that helps. Gavin, reach out to us. We'll reach out to you to get your prize. And if you've got a question for Question of the Week, send it through to bali@rixgroup.com.au. Well, friends, thank you for joining me for another week of Hey Rick Live. I hope you enjoyed our little trip across to Java. In fact, we've got more Java content coming to you later in the season. But that's it from us here in Bali for another week. So I'll see you again next week, same time, same place, 6:30 p.m. Bali time on Hey Rick Live. See you soon.